All right. Hey, admin team, let's go over suspensions. So what will happen quite often, you'll get suspension email. So what we do in that situation is, first things first, we send them back an email to process their suspension. So where you can find it is, we'll have a link underneath this video to start off, but there's always a file with all of your um, admin links. So what do? We have in your Butterfly Health and Fitness Drive, in accounts, general, there'll be an administration folder. And inside the administration folder, there's an Excel spreadsheet called admin link list. So in this one, we have both the links for our admin purposes and for the sales. So what do we have? When we have them all separate, yeah. So you have all of your links over here: change of package, of the account, suspension form, yeah. So what you do, boom, click on that, copy, paste into the email, obviously write a nice message that we need that we'll need a form to be filled to process the suspension, and then we go from there, yeah. So when people click on that link, they will be taken to our online form, which looks like this, yeah. So what they will do, they'll have to put in their first name, last name, mobile, email, start date of suspension. So let's say, actually, do I have the, so I'm going to put in Bart, test, mobile, email, part of Bravo. Cool. And then we'll put a start date, second March 2020. They can put anything, yeah. They can put 2/03/2020, as long as it makes sense. Actually, we have already 2021. Length of suspension, let's say 3 weeks. Holidays. So what I will also have to do, they won't be able to submit because they haven't agreed to the terms and conditions. So before they submit the form, they'll have to agree to our current terms and conditions. If they can also click the link, read them in full if they want to. But we do have dot points in here. A suspensions request has to be made 7 days prior. Only 4 week suspension in 52-week period. 1625 payment, processing fee payment, and so on and so on. Yeah, so they have all of the basic details here. So there are no excuses as to why they didn't know about, let's say, the 1625 payment if someone calls up and argues that later on. Yeah. So once they submit that, then they'll be taken. Thank you. We will review your request, and one of our friendly team members will contact you shortly. So in your accounts email, in the hello@buttervalve.com.au, you'll get the automated email with information about the suspension request. So all of their details, how long they want to suspend for, and then obviously if they if it's properly filled, so if it's, let's say, just like we set up over here, 2nd of March, 3 weeks, and then no problem, it can be processed straight away. Actually, I think I will be getting the emails as well as a copy. I don't. Oh no, actually, the person filling up, they will be getting the confirmation as well. I forgot about that. So the person who fill it up, they will get a confirmation, and they'll also get a suspension request PDF. So this way they can see exactly what they have agreed to, because that'll resend that. That'll be show them sign online by at this time date. So don't worry about the time, because the time is based on the server for the for where the form is located. So that's in US. So don't worry, that doesn't match our Australian time, but it basically shows all the details that they signed to that, the dot points, they signed to the basic T's and C's, and there you have full T's and C's also attached. So they have even full PDF to confirm that they've requested under these specific details. Cool. So once again, if it matches, we're going to go to the client profile. So obviously you look them up, go into their profile, and then go to account details. And then on the bottom, you see you have section 4 available for use, inactive, contracts, and contracts is what interests us because this is where we have all of the suspension functions. Yeah, so let's right in the middle, there's suspend button. So we click on that. And what we're going to do, we're going to look, they requested 2nd of March. So we're going to go 2nd March 2nd, and they wanted to suspend for 3 weeks. So we're going to put on 3 weeks, and then we're going to add note holiday. Cool. And add suspension. Yep, that already added suspension. So between the 2nd of March and 22nd of March, my membership will be suspended and will reactivate automatically on the 23rd. Okay, once that's done, you can send them a confirmation email. Yep, it's suspended. Your membership will reactivate on 23rd. Cool. Now let's say someone, because the suspension is not active, if someone suspends and they come back early, they say, oh, can I come back earlier? There will be actually an unsuspend button. Okay, so if someone comes early, let's say they email us on the 14th of March, yeah, and they say, oh, I would like to come back on the 17th for training. Cool. So basically then what you do is you can so if they message a few days before, unsuspend will unsuspend from today, so it's not that practical. So let's say if they on 14th they send an email, they want unsuspend from 17th, we're going to unsuspend it and then add a 2-day suspension from the 5th on the 15th and 16th, just to make sure that those 2 days are still covered as well. If you've made a mistake and let's say you wanted to put it on March and accidentally put it on Feb, yeah, for 3 weeks, and you want to fix that, there's always that delete button. If you do that, you'll have a prompt here. If you want to remove the suspension, and if you press OK, that'll just delete it. Nothing happened. You can start anew and put in the suspension properly. Yeah. So if you make a mistake, don't worry. Suspensions are very forgiving. Cool. That's pretty much it when it comes to suspensions. Maybe one more mention is that sometimes people have 2 different memberships. They might be doing group sessions and PT, or they might be paying for somebody else. Obviously, we request to get separate forms for each person. But what we want to do is if they have PT, if they have separate membership, we want to make sure that they're both suspended for that period of time. There might also be a bit of an issue if the end date of the contract is, let's say, midway through the suspension and they have an auto renewing option, then most likely there'll be another contract already appearing when it's close to the date. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to suspend the membership that's finishing until that midpoint, and then the other one from the beginning. So or option number 2 is basically you terminate from the suspension date for the account, for the contract that's finishing, and then on the renewal, make sure to suspend it for the amount of days that from which they are away as well. Yeah, so this might actually be easier because then you're sure that the payments will not start again. So terminating the old account that's finishing and suspending the other one until they return might be an easier option, but obviously you can go both ways. Both options will work. Cool, that's pretty much it. And if you have any questions, let us know and we'll be able to help you out. Catch you later.